Okay, so here we go. This is Notes 1-3. I believe this is part 3, question number 6, and we're still solving for x. So how do we solve for x with this nice, lovely equation there? Well, since the equation equals 0, what we want to do is we want to factor it, because then each of the factors can be equal to 0. Okay, so we take a look and it's 4 different terms, which means we're going to factor by grouping. So I'm going to start off by trying to group it 2 by 2, because that looks like it's probably going to work to me. So I'm looking between these two. They have an x squared in common. So that would be 2, leaving 2x minus 1. Okay, and then these two have a 9 in common. And I'm going to go ahead and make it minus 9, which is going to give me 2x minus 1. Okay, and that's equal to 0, because all I did was change the way I'd written it down. Okay, so now, since these are common common factors, we're going to pull them out to the front, and we have 2x minus 1 times x squared minus 9. And because x squared minus 9, those are perfect squares, that will further factor to x plus 3 and x minus 3. Okay, so now we have all the factors. So we set each one equal to 0, so 2x minus 1 equals 0, x plus 3 equals 0, x minus 3 equals 0. So we can say that 2x equals 1 and x equals 1/2, x equals negative 3, and x equals 3. So x is the set negative 3, 1/2, and positive 3. Okay. So that's how we would go about solving that one. The four-termed polynomial for x. Okay, so let's take a look on the back of the paper. And we have this lovely problem here. X to the 4th equals 2x squared minus 1. Okay, so we're going to attack it similar to the last one in that we're going to end up factoring, but the first deal is we got to have one side equal to 0. So to make it easy, I'm just going to move this to the left, so we have x to the 4th minus 2x squared minus 1 equals 0. Okay, so now I'm looking, I don't have a GCF on there, and this one's going to be a little weird because it's to the 4th, and then we've got squared, so we don't have 4 terms, we only have the 3, but what I'm going to try is treat it like it was just x squared, okay, in that this, instead of x squared, we'd have x to the 4th to start with. Okay, so if we treat it like a trinomial, 1 and 1 means my factors are 1. It's negative 1, which means my factors would have to be different. So I'm really struggling to come up with a way to factor this one. Alright, so my next thing is probably going to be to grab a calculator and graph it. So I'm going to stop this video here and come back to this in just a minute. Alright?